So the year was 2020 and I turned 55, and as part of my plan, it was time to give up my corporate job and start my second innings in life. And there were a few elements that were important to me. One was, how do I stay current and contemporary given all the disruptions that's happening in the business world. Second is, how do I build my skills that are ageless and can sustain me through the second innings and right through the twilight years of my life. Third was to build multiple streams of passive income and wealth creating mechanisms. Fourth was to continue to network with like-minded people, and after you've given up your regular corporate job, it becomes a challenge. And lastly, it was also to contribute my learnings and experience of 3 decades to areas where I could contribute, especially in the business community and business world. So I had no prior experience in investing in startups. So the first thing was to start the whole process, understand the whole process. So I took a couple of months understanding that. And then my first investment was, I think, towards the middle of 2020. And the exit came in about 15 to 18 months. That was the time it took for the first exit. In terms of building my portfolio for startups, I think there are 3 factors that I consider, 2 external and 1 internal. The external factors was, 1, the quality of the founders and the credibility the founders had. The second aspect was, did that sector appeal to me as a good sector to get into, and also whether I had adequate interest and knowledge about that sector. The third dimension was more about my own asset allocation. As a person who was now in the stage of life that I was, maintaining my asset allocation was very, very crucial, and therefore I always kept an eye that I don't sort of exceed the asset allocation that I had set for myself, looking at a separate asset class that I was treating startup investing as. So the first aspect is that the whole process of startup investing, both from due diligence and shareholder agreement that comes prior to investment and the exit process, is worked very seamlessly with IPV. And having interacted with the founders, I could see the trust and confidence that kept building on me as I interacted with them. The other aspects that I value my membership with IPV is that it allows me to build my skills both in my sectors of interest from an industrial standpoint, as well as the whole art of startup investing. Just like investing and knowledge of investing in listed shares is an art, so is the whole art of investing in a non-listed and startup segment. And IPV allowed me to build my capabilities on that. The other aspect is that because of the kind of members it attracts, it becomes a very good forum for me to interact and network with like-minded people. Lastly, because there is a Let's Grow platform which allows you to mentor startups, it allows me to contribute to those startups that I have invested in a meaningful manner, and also stay close to my investments. And this has worked very well for me because I had the opportunity of participating in a couple of Let's Grow programs, which also resulted in very healthy exits for me.